Wild Soul Pilgrimage 2027 to Dingle, Ireland. So Dingle is in the county of Kerry, County Kerry, and it's going to be May, towards the end of May to the 2nd of June, so 7 nights. So every time I host this as part of the Irish Wisdom School, which incidentally is all about the voices of the ancestors, the voices of our divine inheritance and our lands, to enliven them again. There's no better place than Dingle in Ireland. So each time people want to be here for longer. So I've made it longer every single time. So we've got 7 nights is going to be what we're having here next year. So here I am by a stone. This is up a Cairn of Vanurach in that picture, opposite where we're staying in Dingle. And it is this invitation for you to come home to your wild soul, to really honor yourself and create this space that the retreat will support you in creating, to honor all of who you are, to allow the healing of any ancestral lineages or timelines to surface and emerge, and to receive the codes of purity. Really, this place for me encapsulates the essence of what Ireland is, of what Ireland rising back to her wholeness is. It's the purity, it's the wisdom, it's the richness, it's the royalty, it's the gold that is all held here in this space. So we've got some early bird bonus offers here as well, which I'll share in a moment. So this is going to be another very small group, 8 people, and I must share that one space is already gone. So we now have 7 spaces available at this time of broadcast on the 30th of June 2026, 7 spaces. And I like to keep this very small and intimate so we can get to know each other. We will meet beforehand on Zoom twice. And then when we arrive in Dingle, we get to go even deeper, to connect to the sacred sites that I will bring you to. There's such powerful node points and ley lines, and they're so pure and clear and flowing with the wisdom, with the music, with the laughter, with the love. And it's to guide you home to the truth of who you've always been and who you know you are, and return to the soul essence of Ireland. And resurrecting the pure rose codes, because that's what really emerged this time round when we were there in May 2026, so only last month. It feels like just the other day, and it feels like an age ago. And to resurrect these codes now. So there's so much here, but I'll share with you part of what we're going to be exploring, but also that an early bird price is in operation. And if you sign up in the next 3 days, by Friday, the next 4 days, you will receive a one-to-one soul guidance session. And this can be about anything at all. It can also be in connection with your intentions, what you wish to arrive with in Dingle. Okay. So here's information about me and also why I'm so connected to these lands. My mother's from West Kerry, my father's from West Cork, so the province of Munster is in my bones, in my cells, in my DNA. And it's in recent years that I realized there's so much healing and solace. And it's a place where I can breathe freely and invite others to do so as well. But it's also where the traditions and the culture of Ireland is, the Gaeltacht area, it's the Irish speaking area. These cultures that, the history of Ireland is very tumultuous and colourful, but they're still here. The culture, the codes, the language, the music is still here, flowing in these lands. So this is one of the spots, the top of the Mom. It's a high point in Dingle, and we'll be going there. You might want to take the same photo and wave to the passing traffic as well. So it's your invitation to imagine communing in a place of pure magic, and having the space to be without any distractions and to organically receive the pure codes, to reconnect with your parasympathetic nervous system, which is what people say has really helped them to do, and to receive clarity on your soul path, to walk barefoot on the land and the grass and the rocks and the beaches, and to be guided by me on these lands of my ancestors. My ancestors. So I'll allow you time to read through that, but I am calling you and those of the purest exact resonance to join me. 7 people now will be part of a group of 9, including me, to come to this land of Dingle. So here are photos of the previous retreats on the beach, at the sacred sites. Look at all those fresh, happy faces. You can see year 1, it was glorious heat wave. In May just there, it was quite mixed. So the weather will be what it needs to be. But your invitation is to travel to these lands and to open to receive what is here, the medicine that helps guide you back home. So I'll scroll down, and all these pictures, I've taken all these pictures. Some have been shared from previous participants as well. But I'll show you the itinerary, and this will be weather dependent as well. Sometimes there are small shifts and changes, but we meet on the 26th of May at 3 o'clock in the centre of Dingle by the fungi statue, who was the Dingle dolphin, who passed away in 2020. And I'll take you to our accommodation at the Boher. It's a guest house, it's a restaurant where we will eat, and that will be our base for the whole time. It's also owned by my ancestors, my cousin, and it's in the place called Cuas, Brandon Creek, which is where my grandfather, Jim, grew up. So then the first full day is connecting to the energy portals as pilgrim posts and activating your codes with the voices of the land. So we will take time here if you want to hug the Om stones, to connect to Galaris Oratory, the place of Saint Brendan, who went on his epic 7-year voyage of discovery. The Imran made his way all the way to America and back to share the wisdom and the codes. So his energy as the mystic in monk's clothing is very, very present here. So we'll take time here at his spot, and whatever organically arises here, we were oming. This is the window at the back, and we started oming into this space as a sound chamber. And one of our participants sang the most beautiful song here. The acoustics are gorgeous. And we'll also visit Kilmacather. It's a church, graveyard. We'll connect with the ancestors. It's where my grandmother, great-grandmothers are buried. And there's also famine graves here. So we'll connect with all aspects of healing for us, for our group. And if we can get to Brendan's holy well, sometimes the gate is padlocked and there's barbed wire on it to get in, but we'll find our way in if we can. And also another oratory, St. Brendan's Oratory. And we'll have dinner that evening. Day 2, we will make our way down, walking to Cuas, to Brandon Creek. And as people say, it's more than a creek. It's not just a little river. There's the river that flows into the sea. So there's a pier here, and it is a beautiful place to lie, to meditate, to connect to the ocean, to the land. Also, it's the place where St. Brendan is thought to have set sail on his epic voyage of discovery. And this year we were actually in Dingle at Brandon Creek for St. Brendan's feast day. So, and that's the 16th of May. So this is the place where he set sail. And his journey was reenacted in the 1960s by Tim Severin, a British explorer, with the same material, the same boat, And they did make it to the places that St. Brendan is thought to have made it to, because his story was written down in the Navigatio of the navigation of St. Brendan. So we will spend time here connecting, sharing, and then we will also walk to Cahir na Bhunúrach. So this is an ancient stone fort in Cuas. Wonderful, wonderful space. It's two stone circles, and there's also a souterrain with the most magical acoustics. So this is me in the souterrain, but it would fit, as my cousin said, it would fit 20 people in there, maybe 10. You squeeze in and then you can stand up tall inside, and the acoustics are amazing. So we get to sound in this space. Then we will, and this is all in the foothills of Mount Brandon, called after St. Brendan. And we'll be in Brandon Creek, looking over to Mount Brandon. Yeah, so the second highest mountain in Ireland. So then we make our way to the Blasket Centre initially. And the day after, day 4, we'll be going to the Blasket Islands, hopefully weather permitting. And this is a quote that I love. "But if you're not an Irishman," said he again, "what are you?" "A Blasket man, my boy," says I. So this is from Murish O'Sullivan, who wrote Fiche Bliain Ag Fós, 20 years of growing, in 1933. I'm actually reading it right now. And when we go here, you will connect to the pure culture, the pure codes of Eru, of Ireland. There is something so sacred to this space, the Blasket Centre. It's a museum. It is a full honouring of what this island was when it was inhabited, the type of community, the type of mehel, which is community gathering, but also the codes of peace, of love, of support. So we learn about them in the Blasket Centre, first of all, and it's looking over to the Great Blasket Island. So these are a collection of 5, 6 islands off the Dingle Peninsula that are now uninhabited. The Great Blasket was inhabited up until 1953, 1954, when the decline of the community, there were various reasons, but a certain number of people were needed to run community life. And the community declined for various reasons: emigration, work, the birth rate, and people moved to the mainland or abroad to places like Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, to America, to Canada, to Australia, to the UK. Anyway, back to the Blasket Centre. We will have time here learning about life on the Blasket Island in particular, and how it became or was a magnet, what's the word? Such a space, sacred space for storytellers and musicians, and the pure ways. So yeah, we'll have so much time there. It's such a beautiful place. I can't wait to go back. And then, weather permitting, because we didn't make it this time round in May, it was far too windy, but we will walk along the coast. It's a cliff top walk, but there is a fence on the other side to Gobnut's Well. And as they said in the Blasket Centre, as one of the guides said, Gobnut's Well will be found when Gobnut wishes for her well to be found. So Gobnut is the patron saint of Dunquin, which is where the Blasket Centre is on the Dingle Peninsula. But we will have time with her, connecting with her at her well in Dunquin. She was a 6th century abbotess, and she has codes to share with us. We'll get to drink from her well waters, and it's also where Ryan's daughter, an old film now, but it's a movie when Hollywood came to the Dingle Peninsula, basically, in the 1960s. This is what put Dingle on the map, because suddenly the landscape of Dingle was on Hollywood screens. And that brought the tourists and therefore the money to regenerate what was a very, well, my mother would say she couldn't wait to leave Dingle, basically, when for work, she moved to Dublin for work. So this is what put Dingle on the map, and it is a tourist hotspot for sure. So we'll see the ruins of the Ryan's, some of the Ryan's daughter set, which most of it was knocked down afterwards. Anyway, St. Gobnet, she's also the patron of bees and beekeepers. So we'll have dinner in Kruger's Gastropub, which claims to be the most westerly pub in Ireland. It's just a fantastic, warm, inviting space. So day 4 is releasing your old self. So what is waiting to be released and allowing your sacred story to unfold? And we'll also enjoy we will go wild foraging with Louise Brosnan, who is an award-winning chef, native of Dingle, and she is my cousin. And she will cook foraged food for us as well, which is utterly delicious. And we can enjoy that at the Boher pub. So we'll also go to one of the beaches, to Wine, Stranthrog and Ina, and to Riusk as well, which was a monastic settlement has its own quality and energy to it. We'll connect with seaweed and the deeper codes of the plants, of the flowers that wish to be ingested by us. And we might pop into Tigrick, which is where their local beer is made. They have a microbrewery there, and their beer is delicious. So then we move on. We've been to the Blasket Centre. We've been to St. Brendan's sites. We have tasted the food of the land. We have learned about the ways, the ancient ways. And now we are going to journey to an uninhabited island, the Great Blasket Island on Blascade Moor, to really ground in and receive the codes and learn more about the culture. It is such a pure air. This is the Thravaun, the White Strand here on the Great Blasket, and these are the ruins of the houses, and some of them have been done up, and you can actually stay on the Blasket Islands if you wish now. But we will be going for a day trip to meditate, to walk, to connect with the storytelling tradition here, the music, the codes, and really be in this landscape. So I can't wait to go here with you. There is a guide that works on the island that you'll be able to learn more about the place, but also we can connect with these great storytellers, Tomás Ó Crithin, with Peg Sayers, with Mirish Ó Sulivan, and receive their wisdom for now, because they are calling out. They are calling us to come to their ancient lands so they can commune with us. So on day 6, we'll have some spare time as well woven in too, because there is a lot here that we're going to be receiving and connecting with. So we'll have some spare time here, and if you want, we can go to around Slay Head. We can go to Clogher Strand, and connect with the stones. And one participant here really wants to bring that stone home, but she didn't have the luggage allowance. We can meditate on the beach, the Imran. And also we'll have time in Dingletown as well, and we'll eat in Dingletown on this day, on day 6. Because that's part of the culture. We're a 10-minute drive outside of Dingletown, further out into the wild peninsula where we're going to be staying in the Boher pub. But also it's really nice to go into Dingletown and enjoy the culture. And there are 52 pubs in Dingle. It's a real tradition, but just a place whether you drink or not, a place to commune and be wrapped in the warmth of the community. So then we have our long Irish goodbye. It's also great for gifts too in Dingle Town, but there's also gift shops in other places that we'll be going to. So that is a dip into the Dingle Retreat 2027, 7 spaces left. It is a working schedule. Generally, we keep to the schedule, but it does depend on the weather and also the guidance when we're in the retreat space and our group and your needs as well. So that's important that we can do that. So this is all about, you can read about what's included, what's not included, and we will have 2 Zoom calls before we meet next May, so I can help support you, and can send you information about traveling to Dingle, what's the best way, and what you need depending on where you are traveling from. So you can read more as well about who this is for. And it really is for you when you want a space to reconnect with yourself and other like-minded beings. This isn't a tourist, it's not just a tour to go to these places. It is to be in this spiritual container to really deeply connect and heal and receive the clarity in your life, in your work as well. Many are called who have Celtic roots, who have Irish roots, and people are called who don't, or don't think they have, and then realize they do have Irish ancestry somewhere along the line. But we have dispersed so far and wide over the centuries, and this is the invitation to call people home, home to lie on the land, to commune with the stones, to hug the sacred structures and sites, and to learn about Ireland, ancient Ireland, and New Earth Ireland as well. So the driocht, the magic, is what sums up Dingle, for me anyway, on the edge of the wild Atlantic Way. So you can read more about our accommodation at the Boher pub and guest house, and where we have, this is our lounge space where we commune, and these are the rooms. So the accommodation is shared accommodation, so 2 people per room, and people that have attended have really enjoyed sharing rooms and have been matched really well, whether that's been intentional or divinely by the universe, have been matched really well with their roommates. So breakfast is included every day, and dinner is included on the days where it's outlined in the schedule. The breakfast is delicious. It can be cooked, it can be cold, it can be whatever way you want it. And yeah, it's a very hearty breakfast. So what is your investment to step into this space? Well, I'm offering this at an early bird price of 3,499, so 3,499. So we are in June now. You can step inside and secure your space with a 20% deposit of £700, and you can pay the balance up until the 1st of March 2027. You can pay in installments if you wish, or you can wait and pay the remainder by the 1st of March 2027. So this is your time, or is it, to commune with me, to retreat, to Dingle, to reconnect with your wild soul. So you receive the early bird price, which is valid until the 1st of September 2026. And if you place your deposit by the 3rd of July, by Friday, you will receive a one-to-one soul guidance session. These are profound and deep and transformational. So I am asking people to complete a short application form, because really I'm asking you to consider, what is it? What's your intention of stepping into this space? What do you wish and yearn to receive? And then I will send you details of the deposit. So remember, there are only 8 spaces. It's very small, very intimate. We will get to know each other. We will have so much fun. We will also transform in magical ways. And you can read testimonials from people. So Jennifer, I mentioned the dingle dangles. Jennifer made these beautiful dingle earrings in Dingle. So she called them the dingle dangles. And that's what I'm wearing today, my lucky earrings. So Jennifer has been on retreat with me 3 times. Thank you, Jennifer. And this is her beautiful testimonial. Sue has shared these beautiful words about how it was perfect. So you can read what people have shared from exactly from being on Dingle retreat and further down from being on previous retreats as well. So please do come join me in Dingle 2027. It would be my honor to host you in such a magical, transformational space where all your dreams can come true.